NuNet is a project using cryptocurrency to decentralize computing power. NuNet is creating a marketplace where you can provide your computer, your devices, and the computing power inside these devices into that marketplace where they can be acquired by other users that require computing power. This means that whatever computing power you have left, or whenever you're not using that computing power, you can sell it and get paid for it. So basically, a very interesting way to get some extra income with a resource that you already own, but you don't use all the time. So you can actually monetize this and get paid for it. It's also great for individuals that are looking for some extra computing power for more complex activities, or even just as a matter of security, because if you decentralize your computing power, you won't have just a single point of failure for whatever it is that you're running. In this video, we'll dive deeper into NuNet, into this project, how it works, and analyze several dimensions to understand its potential. So please make sure that you watch until the end. As always, in this YouTube channel, we only aim to research, educate, and bring awareness to interesting projects in the cryptocurrency world, and we don't provide financial advice to anyone. Coming back to NuNet, NuNet is an AI project that aims to use blockchain to provide decentralized computing power. NuNet are a project that is part of the SingularityNet ecosystem, and they are building on the Cardano blockchain, even though this is a project that aims to be multi-chain. SingularityNet is an AI crypto project with an amazing potential that aims to create decentralized and fair general artificial intelligence. For that, they have been onboarding and supporting a lot of great AI projects and use cases, and you can learn more about them here in this video on the top of the screen. NuNet on their side are searching to solve a huge problem in the computing world. Right now the majority of the world's computing power is owned by large infrastructure providers, so only by a few players that, besides holding the majority of the computing power, also have control over the private data of users. Players such as Google, Amazon, or Microsoft. In addition, due to the lack of computer resources, cutting-edge artificial intelligence and machine learning is only affordable to large corporations that have those resources, leaving a plethora of researchers, small and medium enterprises, and individuals out of this game and without the possibility of developing this kind of cutting-edge artificial intelligence, further widening the gap between big players and everybody else. Which is certainly a problem to consider because, EU controls artificial intelligence, and EU has the best artificial intelligence will always have advantage, be more productive, and have more power in the world. NuNet aims to solve this problem and to decrease this gap by making computing power decentralized, cheaper, and more easily accessible to everyone by leveraging the huge amount of unused computing power and data that we have at our homes in each of our devices, from private computers to mobile phones to, I don't know, your PlayStation, your Xbox, or any other private devices you have. With NuNet, you'll be able to add your storage space and computing power into the NuNet marketplace and actually get rewarded in NuNet tokens whenever your computing resources are utilized by users searching for computing power, or that means whenever your computing resources are acquired in the NuNet marketplace. With NuNet, this means users don't need to be stuck to these large players for computing power and data storage. They can use NuNet and get the resources they need in terms of computing power and storage, but not only that, NuNet is even more secure than these current providers. This is because NuNet has multiple devices spread all over the world, providing computing power and data and powering its network instead of centralized servers in a specific location that present a single point of failure. Just look at the recent AWS outages. I've recently done a post on my Twitter just about that. where is a problem that could be easily solved if you use NuNet. You wouldn't have these outages and you wouldn't have to deal with them and with the pain it causes for your apps and for everything you're running. With this decentralized and flexible computing and storage framework, NuNet is optimally positioned to be the foundation to enable the development of AI and artificial intelligence. And in fact, that is part of the ambitions of the project and one of the reasons why it belongs to the Singularity Net ecosystem. NuNet aims to be the computing power and the storage hub that will power the Singularity Net ecosystem and their AI applications. Now, let's have a very simple overview of how the NuNet platform should work. NuNet aims to build an open source platform with lots of APIs and blockchain integrations to be able to integrate with software, apps, and several blockchain projects, and be able to combine the scattered computing power in order to be able to solve complex computations and provide strong computational resources for everyone in need. This graph here provides a very complete overview of the several components of the NuNet platform and the several actors that will participate in the NuNet ecosystem. First, we have here the compute providers that provide their hardware, the computing resources for the NuNet decentralized marketplace. So basically, they provide the computing power from their devices to be sold in the marketplace. Then we have data providers that are the individuals that will provide the storage space into the marketplace. The storage space will be available to be bought by other users looking to acquire more storage space on the NuNet marketplace. Then we have the NuNet platform and the NuNet token that will assure the sustainability and development of the protocol, creating the necessary functionalities and developing the marketplace to be able to supply and to allow for the purchase of data storage space and computing resources. So basically, this marketplace will do the interaction between the supply, where you supply your computing power and your storage, and the demand, that are the people, the users that need extra computing power and extra storage. Here on the top right, we have the AI developers of SingularityNet, but not only, can be from other places as well, that can at the same time request computing resources from the network and act as demand for computing resources and for storage space, because they have a lot of endeavors that require them, a lot of AI they want to develop. But they can also help the platform by providing these AI algorithms to improve the NuNet platform and the usage of resources and even the interactions within the marketplace. Below, we have the consumers of applications that are ones that will consume the computing power resources, data storage, or even machine intelligence. Consumers will express their requirements in terms of computation power and data storage and bid for resources and for know-how as well. And finally, we have the application developers. These are individuals that actually commit code to the platform because, as stated before, NuNet aims to be open source. So it aims to have several people working on the project searching to develop it, besides, of course, the core team. As general remarks for the NuNet ecosystem and the platform, I think it's important to notice that whenever a user provides storage into the NuNet marketplace, it will actually have access to the files and to the storage space he provided for the marketplace. All the data that will be added to that storage space from the side of NuNet will be encrypted, and only the user and the people with the keys will be able to access it. The people with the keys will be, of course, the person that acquired that storage space. It's very similar as well for computing power, where the holder of the computing resources, after selling them, doesn't have control of what they are used for, and that information is reserved to the person acquiring the computing resources. But of course, NuNet is very concerned with the ethical side, and whenever you're allowing for your computing power to be used, you can choose what are the use cases that you allow for within a bunch of use cases and what kind of use cases you don't want. And NuNet will do their best to make sure that your computing power is only used for what you're ethically in agreement with and not for things you don't want your computing power to be used. If you want to learn more about that and other important details of the NuNet platform, that is kind of a complex platform. I'll leave the links in the description for the documentation for the white paper of NuNet. That is quite long, I would say, but very interesting and also a bit technical, just for you to bear in mind. Some of the things can be a little bit harder to grasp, I would say. Even though this project is supposed to be open source and decentralized, and they even have plans for a more decentralized governance in the future, the reality is that the project is in a very early stage of this development. And in this early stage, the contributions and the work of the core team will actually be crucial to kickstart the project, to bring awareness, and to attract other developers to be interested in working on the project. And for that reason, it's very important to dive deeper into the core team to understand the potential of this project in terms of growth. It was not easy to find information about the team, as it's not available in the main website, but especially because I think they aim to be that decentralized open source environment and not something that is based only on a team. And from LinkedIn, I was able to find the team that's working on NuNet right now. And from there, I had to go through a lot of people, around 20 something people, to narrow it down to what I believe is the core team. Of course, probably some people are missing, probably some people are not in the LinkedIn, but this was the best I can do with my research right now. And I think it's already interesting and allows us to take some conclusions. But while researching for the core team, it was interesting to note that the NuNet has a diverse team. They have a bunch of notable counselors and advisors for every area of the project to drive the project further. Most of them, of course, are associated with SingularityNet. In addition, they have plenty of developers, both for the software side, for the blockchain side, and even some for the AI related stuff. First, we have as founder and CEO of the project Kabir Veitas. Kabir is someone with a lot of experience in the artificial intelligence world, working for SingularityNet as an AI researcher, but also with experience managing AI projects, which I think is going to be relevant for his role as a CEO managing NuNet. He's usually the face of the project and the person that appears on interviews about NuNet. As the other co-founder, we have David Weinbaum, a researcher and philosopher with a lot of experience in general intelligence and global brain research. But however, I have to mention that it's not clear how he is involved in the project. Then we have here Dagim Sisay. I hope I'm not butchering his name. That is from Ethiopia, and he's right now the tech lead for NuNet. He's someone with significant experience in AI and in software development in AI, from being a researcher at Anson Robotics, that is the company that developed Sophia, to participating on ICOG Labs, a company for the development of AI, and also as a programmer in Singularity Net. Then we have here Janaina Sena, that is the product owner at NuNet. She's responsible to design the products and prioritize the development focus. In NuNet, she has more than 20 years of experience working in automation and technology as a software development manager and a product manager, so someone fit for the role, at least it seems so. And then, as blockchain lead, we have Safir Mubashir. Safir is someone with a lot of experience in the blockchain industry, considering how recent and how early is the industry. He has worked in several blockchain projects for several different companies. We had his LinkedIn when we were doing the research, but the strange thing happened whenever I was coming here to record the video. I had his page open, but it was gone. Was a 404 error page, and I couldn't find this page anymore on LinkedIn, so I could only find these posts. And yeah, days ago everything was fine, but now he strangely disappeared. Overall, looking at NuNet Team, I think it's certainly an interesting team. You know, people have a lot of experience in their areas and seem to have great skill sets for the job overall. And surprisingly, besides this core team, there are a lot of more minds working on it. And I do think there are some people from SingularityNet as well trying to give a help in the project. So I do think they have good partners, a good ecosystem going on for them, a good community, and a good team. So that's certainly very positive for the project. There is still plenty more to learn about NuNet. I think to assess the potential of the project, I believe it's important to dive deeper into the roadmap, the progress, and the most significant milestones they have achieved so far, and also to take a look at tokenomics, partners, the governance ideas they have for the project. But to avoid making this video too long, too big, and to make sure we do pay enough attention to these important issues and the important components of the project, I'll be making a video diving into these variables very soon. So if that's something you want to watch, and if you want to have a complete fundamental analysis of NuNet, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you get warned whenever that video comes out. For now, as a quick conclusion, the technology that is being developed from NuNet seems really promising. You know, there is a real use case. They are solving issues that are very relevant and that will become more relevant as time goes by because we are constantly in need for more technology and only using more technology day by day. And with AI, that tendency will even increase, you know. And the reality is that the idea of NuNet will help even the playing field for everyone and empower individuals, smaller projects, and companies to be able to assess affordable computing power and create new products and that are able to compete with the largest players due to this access to state-of-the-art computing power. That will certainly be important, as I told you, to level the playing field and assure that the power is more divided across individuals and not only in the hands of a few corporations. You know, this is especially important considering the development of AI, especially because those who will have the more powerful AI and that will have control over it will be much more productive than everyone else and consequently get more power and resources. So if we don't have this decentralized computing power available and accessible to everyone, the reality is that those large infrastructure providers that have the most computing power will be able to create the most powerful AIs, and you know they don't have any obligation to share it with anyone. They can just use it for themselves, use it for their own benefit, and if they do, I mean, I think it will widen the gap between them and the rest of the people, a gap that is already considerable. It's a big problem to solve, a problem that is not at all easy to solve. It's going to be a hard issue, in fact, and the one that is very technologically heavy. But NuNet seems to have the right team for that and the right ecosystem because with the help of SingularityNet and the other projects of SingularityNet that also have pretty brilliant individuals, they have a great chance to succeed, I would say. While all of this makes NuNet a very promising project so far, the reality is only after the next video and diving deeper into the other crucial factors of the project will I be able to reach a conclusion about this project. But yeah, if at the end of the day you agreed and enjoyed this video, please leave a like, or better yet, just leave me a comment with your thoughts about the video, about NuNet as well. But either way, until the next video comes out, and if you're someone out there looking for interesting and revolutionary projects, solving significant issues with great teams, great metrics, and some interesting progress to show, there is a project you should know about that is Empower. I'll leave a video here in the end screen for you to watch next. One of the projects in the Cardano blockchain with more to show in terms of progress and results. So on my side, thank you for watching and I'll see you there.